We were wrong. It can cut even thick materials.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Janet.
We're with Fleming Originals.
And we have been putting the Glowforge Aura to the test. Come along with us as we review our test and our chat with Glowforge. We were wrong, but here's why. This machine is very new, and there's a lot of conflicting information.
Both from Glowforge and from influencers.
So we were very disappointed and about to give up on the machine
When Jess from
99 Art Design
suggested we drop the material in the machine, set our own settings, and attempt the cut and see what happens. So we did.
We shared that hack in the third video. But that really made us think, what if we flip the material over so the machine couldn't see the QR code for more materials? But before that, Steve contacted customer support, and they were fantastic.
One of the first questions I had was about draft board. And the support person that I talked to stated, "I do apologize. Unfortunately, draft board is not supported on the Glowforge Aura." Going on to say that our product page is incorrect in including draft board in the list of products we support, and that they would send a report to their team to make sure that the product page gets corrected. And it's because when you cut draft board of any thickness, it releases microparticles, and eventually these microparticles will interfere with the optics, both the camera and the laser, degrading performance until eventually the machine is non-functional. It won't cut anymore.
There was some really exciting news that came out of this conversation with Glowforge. They let us know that the Aura can actually cut proof-grade thick quarter-inch materials. So if it can cut the material, it can cut the full quarter-inch. The issue is that they do not have the settings developed, and they are not in the software yet. So when it was just the medium and we put our proof grade material in, it couldn't read it. It said that it was invalid.
It actually read the QR code successfully and told what material it was successfully, and it was correct.
That's true.
But it said that the settings were invalid, and when you look at the settings that it was trying to apply, there weren't any.
So they're not quite finished updating the settings for the Aura, and I didn't know that. I'm sure other people didn't know that.
So now I have two lists of information, two lists of compatible materials from Glowforge. One list is on the sell sheet, and it has some inaccuracies, including draft board, which they don't recommend cutting at all. And it just generically states that it can cut any laser compatible material, including acrylic, when it can only cut some colors of acrylic.
On the sell sheet, it said it could cut anything a quarter-inch.
It actually says the Aura can safely print on any laser compatible material with examples below. And the examples include wood, acrylic, leather, draft board, veneer, paper, cardboard, Delrin, mylar, rubber, cork, sandpaper, food, and hundreds more. And it goes on to mention a few materials that can engrave only on. And further down the page, it does also mention that the Glowforge Aura can cut materials up to a quarter-inch thick, and that it can engrave materials up to 3/4 inch thick with the cutting tray removed.
On that sheet, it shows draft board and white acrylic. We saw that early on, and so somewhere there was a miscommunication. Another great thing that came out of this discussion with Glowforge is that the person Steve spoke with didn't even know about that sell sheet, and that was reported. So that will be corrected or taken down. So that was a good thing. At the time of this recording, it is still up.
And the second list of materials includes only those materials that Glowforge has developed default settings for the Glowforge Aura. And so it excludes many materials that Glowforge knows are compatible, but since they haven't developed default settings, they don't show up on the software list when you choose a material.
Overall, it's very new. Everyone, I'm sure, is doing the best they can. So we have been taking materials and flipping them over and testing the setting. So we're trying to figure out the sweet spot, what it really can cut, what you shouldn't cut, and what you can't cut, or engrave or score, of course. So far, we have tested some acrylics, and I was so excited when we found out we could cut them because I wanted to cut our school colors, the red and the blue. It cut the red fine. It scored the blue. It would not. Barely. We're hoping we made a mistake. So if you happen to know, let us know in the comments if there's a way to cut blue. But we were not able to cut that. Fluorescent pink, we think, is translucent. It just doesn't look translucent to our eye because the laser just scattered everywhere and it would not score, cut anything.
We're able to successfully cut the teal, medium teal acrylic. I created a small file that has
cut, engrave, and score.
So the circle is scored, the star is engraved, and the square is cut. And it's a very small file. It processes very quickly. And all I have to do is change the settings for the material I'm testing. And we can know in 2 minutes or less whether that material is compatible with Glowforge Aura. And this is 1/4 inch wood. Walnut.
And it's Proofgrade.
Proofgrade walnut plywood, and it is compatible.
And we're confident it will cut all of the Proofgrade woods. We're not even worried. We're confident that it's going to cut leather, the Proofgrade leather. We haven't tested those yet, but we are confident, and we will be testing this. We have them. We just wanted to get this out. So that's exciting.
It can cut that.
It can cut that. And that was my biggest frustration. Another important thing Steve learned with this conversation with Glowforge is that using materials that aren't approved doesn't void the warranty, but that damage would not be covered, which is a little confusing to me. If you have any information or corrections or ideas, please let us know in the comments.
So after our conversation with Glowforge support, I feel much more comfortable and confident putting miscellaneous, various laser compatible materials in and trying it out, with the caveat that I will be closely watching it.
It really was simply miscommunications from many sources.
We wanted to get this information to you. We wanted to update our error.
Right.
And let you know that there are many more materials that it can cut successfully than we originally believed and that we had originally stated. However, there are still many materials that are still not compatible, even though they are laser compatible in general.
So I am much more excited about this machine, and we are excited to continue to put it to the test and see what it will cut and find out how fast it will cut it, because we really want to know if this will work for small businesses and micro businesses.
And we'll be sure to let you know what we find out.
Thank you for spending time with us as we figure out this machine.
Click to subscribe for more videos. And thanks for watching.